Hello, welcome to my room. I created a meditation room with embedded intentions, and this is a room in the San Francisco Decorator Showcase House. I created this room so people would feel the sense of calm and beauty, that design and beauty are very transformative, soulful, and healing. I want to start with my bamboo wall, which was one of the first intentions I had for the room. I had the bamboo wall made in Thailand, and we had it variegated so you'd have a sense of depth and a sense of kind of more of a three-dimensional experience of what a forest bath is like. I had the silk in between custom dyed to really integrate with the color tone that we actually did for the bamboo wall. I also had the back blessed by a monk in Sanskrit, and it was blessed to really bring harmony and prosperity to anybody who came into the space and have a sense of calm. It was really special when I found this beautiful piece of glass at the Glass Studio in Oakland, and I wanted you to have a sense of a full moon over the forest. So my whole room was about the calming impact that beauty and nature can have on our nervous system as humans. I also created a meditation platform, and I had a vision for this platform to pull you into the room, and it has the glass legs that I wanted them to have a sense of transcendence and calm when you are in a calmer state and meditating, or if we're doing sound baths on the platform, you would get that additional sense of being held by water. And there's a beautiful translucence when you look into the legs. There's these beautiful bubbles. We think it's a 300-year-old piece of bay laurel wood from the East Bay, and it was really important to me that we found wood that had felled on its own. It was reclaimed, it was solid. When I went to the studio to look at the wood with my colleague, we knew what size we needed, and I really wanted it to fit right into this space. And it's a solid piece. We didn't have to cut it. We had to finish it and plane it and put a beautiful finish on it, but we didn't have to cut it down, which was really important to me. I feel that things can happen that way with the right intentions also. And as we come around, I have a wallpaper. It's called haiku, and it's which is a very symbolic type of poetry. What's hand painted to fit the room represents the 4 seasons. And what's also really important to me in spaces is you have a sense of respect and honoring the past. And I try to do that in all of the work that I do, that there's always stories that we all have as humans. And I really wanted to have the wallpaper also reinforce a sense of being surrounded by nature, being respectful of our past. So this wallpaper represents the 4 seasons, and it's based in ancient Japanese and Chinese brush painting. So the blossoms, the trees, there's some animals sprinkled in here, the sense of water and waves. And what was really special about this in the room is I wanted to also have this organic biophilic shaped rug. It was also done by an artisan with a vision to kind of create this beautiful organic shape. I wanted to feel like the water ebbing and flowing in the ocean, and I want all of you that come into my room that you feel a sense of being welcomed to the meditation platform. And then what I love about the ceiling, and what was really important to me, is I wanted you to feel enveloped and held and embraced by a tree canopy. So this particular hand-woven wallpaper by artisans is called Tree Lore, which was incredible when I saw this collection of wallpaper. And so I brought this in and I gave it a metallic primer to give it more depth. The lighting is also really important in the whole story of embedded intentions and calm. It's got these beautiful shapes. The artisans who made this call it eucalyptus. It also feels like a lotus flower and lotus leaf to me. And that's also very symbolic, the sense of the lotus. When they float in the water, they have long, beautiful reeds that go down to the mud and the muck, and then they create, through all that nutrients in the bottom of the waterways they're in, they create a beautiful flower and a beautiful leaf. So this was really special when I found this, because I felt it complemented all of the nature surrounding everyone who comes in the room. I also created the meditation pillows. These are based on Japanese brush painting. And then I have some of my favorite fabric artisans from Venice, and that was representing the water and the bouncing light of the Giudecco in Venice on the waterways. So the pillows are also tied into the nature, the reflecting light, and bringing nature into our environment. And as we come around, these lights, I was really excited when I was visualizing the room and thinking about what was going to be in this room. I saw these glass floaters making this light, and they told me their story. It was a husband and wife team, and she had a vision, and he blew the glass, and they collaborated and worked back and forth until they came up with this beautiful piece of glass within the glass. And it's truly a story about trust, collaboration, and love, which creating a space and holding somebody in a space, to me, is a very, you need to have a lot of trust for somebody to come into a space when you want to share something with them. And also you need to collaborate so you can share and bring their stories, honor the stories that people have. And as we come around, I have the plants. Now the plants are a really integral part of the room because I wanted to not only surround people with nature, and we know that humans wouldn't be alive on our planet without plants, and that filters our air, it makes our planet what it is. So I wanted to have enough plants in the room to really tell a layered story about plants and how much they impact our well-being. And it also ties into biophilia as well. And I added a layer to the story in the room that beauty is healing. There's sensors on these plants, and I collaborated with a company that I had met when I was at a conference in Aspen to let people hear the sound of the plants. The sensors pick up the moisture in the leaves, and then they get channeled through either speakers or headphones, and they calm your nervous system, which I believe meditation can do, I believe beauty can do, and I believe having intentions in the spaces that we inhabit and create can do. So I added the layer of sound so people could feel it a little more viscerally and actually a little bit more quickly in case they didn't want to go climb up on my meditation platform and meditate. And it's been an extraordinary response in the room of how people have said they just feel calmer, they can feel their heart rate coming down. And part of the work that I do is about neuroaesthetics of beauty and the neuroscience of beauty, that our bodies, when we're in a calmer place, we release more dopamine and serotonin, and we can keep our cortisol more in check, which really impacts our body and our mind. And then the chairs, I tell people when they come in, please sit down and put the headphones on, and you swiveling and movement is rocking is very calming to our nervous system as well. And then I have the glass table to anchor the two chairs here amidst the plants that have the synthesizers on them, because I wanted to reinforce the glass across the room and the meditation platform, and I wanted to pull in the cast glass from the sconces on the walls. The essence of the room, that beauty and design is soulful, transformative, and healing. The room is a direct expression of my book that I wrote called The Soul of Design, and I really wanted to create a space where people could feel more connected to the truest form of themselves. And that's a very personal thing for all of us. And I wanted people to have a feeling that, okay, I can look around and there'll be a memory about something, or a feeling about nature, a feeling about a material. I also have the technology hidden and embedded in the room. Now, part of my research and my work is about how life is going so fast and how we're so impacted by what's around us. Technology it's going more into hyperspeed. AI is here, robots are coming, and there'll be a time when we'll have robots with us that we maybe won't be able to tell the difference. But one thing about humans is beauty makes us human. All throughout our evolution and history as humans, we've created beauty. So I'm always researching and honoring the past, bringing it into the present, but also that we need to realize that that's what makes us human, and that beauty we create has a soul. And I call it neuroaesthetics, or neuroaesthetics and biophilia are things a lot of people use the terms of. But I believe it's the neuroscience of beauty, that beauty has a direct impact on our neurotransmitters, on our nervous system. Something else that's quite beautiful about the forest bathing, the prescriptions are given in Japan to calm people down who have anxiety. I've been doing a lot of sound baths in the room. Those are used in hospitals to calm patients before they go into surgery. They're not as scared. And I've had people sitting in these chairs with a subtle swivel, and they put the sound vibration on and look around and they say, I just feel so different. I feel calmer. And I know if I put any kind of a sensor on them, I would be able to tell their heart rate had gone down. So really that a room can heal us, a space can nurture us, can nourish us, and can help us feel more connected to ourselves is really what I think it's all about. And I created this room to tell all those layers to what I believe is very transformative to us as people, and how we can be more collaborative and have more community together and share. So thank you.
This room is very healing and very sort of, what did I say, comforting, and gets away from some of the cacophony of the other rooms in this house. It's very soothing to be in this room.
It's very harmonious and feels very cohesive and smoothing.